fortunate in his world. I hope he stays exactly where he at.
We're excited to get the second episode. Did overpay him, but if it means keeping him on Timmy,
It's got to be the Troy. What do you mean?
The Guys Huddle.
He doesn't win. I mean, he.
Yikes.
welcome back to another episode of the Guys Huddle. Special guest with us is Chapo. How we doing today, man?
Yo.
We got across the table here. We got, unfortunately, we got Big Timmy over there. How
I
we
always
doing,
got something to hate my way, I support Mark Sanchez.
We got Trey over there repping the Indiana Pacers for some unfortunate reason.
How many times does someone have to come on the show to not be a special guest anymore? They just be a guest.
No, they're still special because the Guys Huddle appreciates them being on.
The most special.
Yeah.
The host with the most.
He's he's a new guy every time he comes on. Apparently.
Yep.
You should just give him a new name every time.
Hey, well, we already got our, a special nicknames from everybody for the wrestling industry. So, without further ado, we're gonna have some hot take debates today. It's gonna be a little different here. We had to do couple different things on the fly, so bear with us here. First debate that we're gonna do is gonna be a basketball debate. But before we do that, I just want to give a shout out. We officially got our first sponsor today, so we appreciate everybody, all the hard work everybody puts in. Dylan, we appreciate the services you provide for us. We appreciate all the Guys Huddle here, putting in the grind, whether it's behind the scenes, the topics. Appreciate everything everybody does, and we want to shout out to the Green Olive for getting our first sponsor. So
yeah, we also like to thank Ryan for pressing 5 buttons, and that's about all he does. So.
There's about 6 on that board.
I was say, he has to press about 6 things, and we get everything together. So yeah, for sure.
So without further ado, first hot take debate. Do you think Wemby is going to be as big as they say he's going to be? Do you think he's going to be the next big thing? I need a yes or no answer, and kind of give me a reason for it there. I don't think so. Like I said, it reminds me a lot of the Ben Simmons thing when he was coming out of college, when he played for LSU. I personally, I didn't buy into the hype, and everybody had him so high up, and he's kind of been a bust. So, what about you, Trey? How do you think that situation is going to unfold? Do you think, with him being as young as he is, I know he's played, I believe, overseas a handful. I haven't got to look too much into him. I'm just not buying in the hype. I'm a sell. I'm not going to buy into it. So,
I don't think he's going to be what everyone thinks he's going to be. I don't think he's going to be a generational, groundbreaking thing. I think there's already 7-footers who can shoot the ball, who can dribble, who can defend coming into the league before Wemby. Chet Holmgren, I'm not saying he's going to be better. Wemby is going to be better, one or the other, but he's not like the first of that kind. I'm not a hater, but at the same time, he's not played a single minute in the actual NBA regular season. He could blow his knee out at any moment and not be the same.
Right.
And I got to see something first.
Okay. Big Timmy?
Yeah, I'm going to have to sell. Honestly, I don't think he's big enough unless he really hits the weight gym because he
The weight.
The weight
gym?
Yeah, I don't think he's big enough. He's probably going to get hurt early on and not have that great of a career.
Okay, Chapo?
I'm not a big basketball fan, man, but so when he was coming out, obviously they call him the first thing to set him up for failure is the fact that they call him the biggest thing since LeBron, if not bigger. That right there sets you up for failure. Then next, they do say he's got Rudy Gobert defense and shoots like KD. I mean, you can't have Rudy Gobert defense with the frame that he has. So right there, I mean, you're just giving him shoes that he can't fill. But at the same time, man, what makes him different than Chet Holmgren? What makes him different than, I wouldn't say Ball, but I think Ball in the right situation out in Phoenix, I think he's actually gonna do good out there. But
I like Ball now.
But if you break it down, man, there's nothing that other than maybe handles, there's nothing really better that Wemby does that Chet doesn't. I mean, I don't know. I definitely don't see him being the best player in the league at any given time. So
Understandable. Yeah, I like I said, I'm just not buying into it. I gotta see it. Like I feel like nowadays, like did you see his rating he's gonna be the highest? Obviously it's 2K, right? It's a game, right? But 2K has him rated at the highest rookie ever at 84 coming into the league.
That's tough.
Is that certain though? I seen a video the other day. They kept it secret.
I mean, usually the leaks are pretty. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's 100%, but usually the leaks are pretty spot on. Not saying there isn't whole videos created by fans to put that out there, but I did see that today. I guess it could be fake, but I guess we'll just have to see. But you think there's a chance it's 84?
No, but
No,
That'd be wild,
Maybe.
man. I gotta play
that'd be
like
crazy.
2 years before I gotta be at 84.
he said I got to buy about $20 in what's it VC?
You need 150 or 100.
So moving on from that, hopefully that's not the case. Trey, if you want to look that up for us, I think that's what
Right.
you're doing currently. We'll get back to you on that. Next one. Yes or no question with the roster that they have currently and the additions obviously that they've added with Chris Paul. Do the Warriors still have enough left in the tank to win in the West? To get back to the finals? P. Diddy, we'll start with you.
Possibly. I don't know how they're gonna use Chris Paul. It's really a up for debate thing there because he can't be a starter. There's no way they're gonna run Draymond at the 5 all year long. You had to put Wiggins at the 4, Clay at the 3. You're gonna be running pretty small. Now that lineup's gonna work in the right situations, but I'm just not sure.
There is rumored that Paul George is joining the Warriors.
Well, if
He
that
is
happens,
confirmed.
they're gonna win a championship.
He's confirmed in 84. That's crazy.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Paul
Today.
George.
I was like, damn, I
Today.
didn't
If he
hear that.
goes there, they're definitely gonna win a championship. They also have Chris Paul on their team, and he is not very good at winning championships. So always chokes it at the end. I don't know if it's him or his coaches, but
Okay, Trey, how about yourself, man? I know you got a lot of love for the Warriors.
I love Chris Paul. I just don't know if it's gonna happen.
You said could. You didn't say will, but I think it very
okay,
well
we'll say
could.
will.
No,
We'll say-
no, you said could, and
Okay.
they could compete in the West. Always, they're the Warriors.
Yeah.
Steph Curry can always make any team compete. They're one trade away, a Chris Paul move before the deadline of making their lineup deadly, getting somebody to where they find the hole like they did with D'Lo and what they needed, and they fill it with a trade before the deadline. Because Chris Paul is somebody you can wave around in the trade market and get some interest in. I think at least, he's a veteran point guard. Any team could use some leadership.
Oh, he's still good. He's definitely not like Washington.
Yeah. So I think they could wave a trade around at the deadline time, bro. Fill the hole they need and always compete. They can always contend. They were last year. They were, if they'd have beat the Lakers, they would have been in the conference finals on an off year.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think they do still have some left in the tank, bearing that their old man roster doesn't fall down with injuries and get them the life alert button. But if I say they could, if Paul George goes to, I think they can probably lock in there.
Bro, they probably.
Lock in.
And they
at least
will
getting
lock
there.
it in if he gets there.
I'm not gonna say will because they still don't have a big man and anything can happen.
But then you gotta run Paul at the 4. That's gonna be a little bit better than having Wiggins at the 4.
What about
Yeah,
you?
but they
Chopper?
still have no Dre at the 5 on AD and Jokic.
1,000%. I mean, what's changed other than upgrading Jordan Poole to Chris Paul? I mean, Chris Paul is light years more consistent as long as he's healthy. Comparing Chris Paul to Jordan Poole is absolutely one of the most disrespectful things you could do as an NBA topic and to Chris Paul. I'm not even a Chris Paul fan, but you kept your core together. Draymond is the heart and soul of your team. Steph is
It's an expensive heart and soul.
Steph is arguably the top 10 of an all-time top 10. So when you have the heart and soul of your team still there, you have one of the best Batman and Robin duos of all time, and then you upgrade Jordan Poole to Chris Paul. I mean, I don't even see why that's a debate.
Okay. Moving on to our
Next topic.
next hot take here.
Next topic. Hold on. If both of their careers ended today, Lamar Jackson or Mark Sanchez?
Oh no, we are not.
Yeah,
doing
we've
that.
already said it. We got.
We're vetoing that one.
No. Ryan, you're first.
Lamar Jackson by a mile.
All right, explain why.
I don't even
He's
need
not
to.
made it to AFC Championship. yet.
Oh my god, his stats speak for
You know who
themselves.
has? Mark Sanchez. He did
His
it twice.
stats speak for themselves. I don't even need a debate on that. That's my debate.
He also beat Peyton Manning once.
You right?
How many times did Lamar Jackson beat Peyton
Oh,
Manning?
my- that doesn't count
Why doesn't it?
because Peyton Manning retired before that.
Excuses.
How many times did Mark Sanchez beat Tom Brady?
Maybe once. I don't know.
I think no, he's beat. I think he beat him at least once for sure.
He's
why
probably
you-
beat him more than once
Why you're doing that?
overall.
Take a look at that for me if you could. How many times Mark Sanchez has beat Tom Brady? Actually, I'll do that while we're waiting on everybody else's answer.
All right, I'll go with Mark Sanchez. He has more accomplishments. I mean, unless you're interested in being the Russell Westbrook of stat padding, and you're fine with telling your grandchildren I never won anything, but I do have an MVP. Mark Sanchez.
Yeah.
I mean, he played with bums and got a couple division titles under his belt, and
I think he's beat him once.
Wait, Mark Sanchez.
In the playoffs.
I think. So for
Well, let's just look up a playoff record and see who's beat Tom Brady more
in the
than once.
division round.
Yeah, okay. Well, who's beat Tom Brady more than once in the playoffs?
We haven't played Tom Brady.
I'm talking about anybody.
Eli Manning.
Keep going.
Peyton's got it done in at least a handful.
I think once,
He's went to
maybe
2 Super
twice.
Bowls, and last time I
Maybe
checked,
twice.
Tom Brady doesn't miss too many seasons.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So,
But he's been eliminated by other people.
all right. So you guys can go ahead with the rest of your answers.
No, man. It's definitely Mark Sanchez.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
I wasn't changing.
Oh, man. No.
Bro, I'm telling you, he's in the AFC Championship.
Yeah, Ryan, you just got to look at
He's
that.
won
That's
more
all
than-
you can.
more than one
I'm
playoff
not even
game.
entertaining the idea that you guys
He's
are
won
being
more than one
serious.
playoff game.
All right. Next.
No, we was
No,
still on that.
no.
we was
You-
still on that.
yeah.
You get a no rebuttal, man.
Oh, I gave my rebuttal.
What is it?
The stats. Check the stats.
Yeah, the
Check the
stats.
Carfax on it, Patrick.
Mark Sanchez has more passing yards. Ain't that crazy?
No, yeah, that's crazy.
His first career for sure.
Yeah, that's fine. Well, let's ask Mark Sanchez. Okay. Moving on to our next debate here. Who will have a better season as a quarterback? Jared Goff or Justin Fields? And guess what? I'm
I
gonna
haven't,
start with,
hold
I'm
on.
gonna
Hold on.
start-
We've done this like 8 times online.
We've never actually had a debate on it.
and
So,
why do I always go last?
you're going first, Chapo.
Ta-da!
I mean, we could just have our little debate over here, and
Jared Goff. Easy.
I sat in the right spot today.
And why?
It's kind of self-explanatory.
He won more than 3 games. He threw for well over. I'm pretty sure. Over 4,000 yards.
What was
Justin Fields?
What was
did.
Justin Fields' touchdown interception ratio last year? Like 17 and 12, I believe. Or
Yeah.
I mean,
Lions
it's
won more
I'm
games.
sorry,
They're going to win more
self-explanatory.
games this year.
I know the wrong St. Brown plays, for Chicago. You know what I'm saying? That's not the one that plays over in Detroit. I'm sorry. I didn't, mention that.
See, and I love this.
This is great. This is going to be good.
I love this excuse where Ryan always brings this up. Oh, he's throwing to this guy. First of all, there are multi-million-dollar NFL wide receivers. Did anybody sitting in this room make it to the NFL? No.
Nope.
I was the captain of my defense in high school. I didn't make it to the NFL. So not only that, but do y'all remember Carson Wentz's one of Carson Wentz's best years, man? His number one wide receiver was Greg Ward. Greg Ward is now he's still on the Eagles, if y'all didn't know. He is now the wide receiver 7. And that was Carson Wentz's best year when he was in the MVP conversation.
He had Aguilera too.
Right, dog shit. He literally had mental health issues because Philadelphia Eagles fans trashed him so bad he was taking mental health breaks. Greg Ward was
Philly's pretty rough.
Greg Ward was his number 1 wide receiver at the time. Greg Ward was also a former quarterback in college, and that was his number 1 wide receiver. Look it up.
Um,
I don't need to look it up. My phone's turned
Go
upside
ahead,
down.
Trey. I'm gonna let you go next. Yeah.
Yeah, I say this coming season, Justin Fields, he's gonna blow him out the water on rushing aspect. They're gonna be respectable enough to win games, especially against the Lions because they don't have a defense, and those are gonna be the games Justin Fields shines because their defense just isn't much. They've got one pass rusher that Justin Fields is gonna run around. I mean, he's not gonna not get sacked, but he's gonna be able to run around the pocket. They got one guy to worry about throwing the ball, CJ. The Bears defense is making steps year by year like they always do. Justin Fields has finally got a weapon. They've got a little tight end motion over there, a couple of them. I think they're going to be nice, and I think Justin Fields is going to have a better season. Might be an MVP talks. He got a vote last year when he only won 3 games.
One vote.
How many did Jared Goff get?
He didn't need them. He was trying to win games.
Right, he was trying, and then they missed the playoffs.
Yeah, by one game.
And they won.
How many
final
games
game.
that were the Bears?
That don't matter. We're talking about individual performance right now.
Yeah, if you individually don't have a good quarterback, your performance isn't going to do anything.
Go ahead, Big Ten.
Unless your name's the 49ers. What's up?
Go ahead for your.
Oh, yeah, no, definitely. I kind of already explained it earlier. I definitely picked Jared Goff. He's going to have way more passing yards. His touchdown interception ratio is going to be better. The only thing that Justin Fields is going to do better is rushing touchdowns and rushing yards.
I don't think he's going to have way more passing yards.
I think so.
He's going to have maybe 4,000, a little over, and Justin Fields going to have over 3.
A little 2,700, 2,800.
No, he's definitely going up from last year for sure. By a margin.
I mean, and they got that running back from Alabama, too, that's going to help them out.
I don't want to hear no argument about Carson Wentz's weapons in wide receivers, tight ends, or running backs. He had Zach Ertz, Nelson Aguilar, Torrey Smith,
Hold on.
Alshon Jeffrey.
Bro, you're
My dad-
naming one
let's-
fucking year.
Let's. You said his 2017 season.
No, I did not say 2017.
Is that
I
not his
said
MVP season?
he never had an MVP season.
I
He
thought-
was in running.
I thought you
He
said.
never had an MVP.
I thought that's what you said for
2017 is
17.
the year that
They won the
Nick
Super
Foles
Bowl.
took over and won the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Carson Wentz only played half the season. So, no, I'm
He
talking the 2016 year. Go back.
So 2016.
2016, correct.
All right, let's go to the 20. 2016.
hold on, guys.
Listen, I don't hear you have enough running backs on the team for the whole fucking NFL roster.
Pull up our running backs.
Oh, I did.
For 2017, Alshon Jeffrey was not on the team.
All
Torrey Smith was not on the team.
right, let's look.
I love how he's trying to argue Eagles stuff with the Eagles fan. It's going to be good. Good content for sure.
Zach Ertz,
Was his leading receiver.
Trey Burton.
Who was that?
Yeah.
Who's Trey Burton?
Who's Trey Burton?
They're an owl in the room.
His wide receiver 2 or his tight end 2. You're literally bragging about his tight end 2.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Is
I heard
that,
that
not,
about
the, is
him
that not
earlier.
the guy that saved your ass in the Super Bowl?
Trey Burton?
He caught the touchdown and then went to the Bears right after.
No, he
Next season?
threw the pass.
Right, yeah. So he still saved it.
He threw a trick play pass. You know how many
a
trick
wide
play
open
passes
quarterback.
punters throw?
Let's see. Jordan Matthews almost had 1,000 yards.
Jordan Matthews was out of the league the next year.
I mean, you said this year. This one.
Okay, and I'm saying Jordan Matthews was a bum.
Running backs, you had Darren Sproles.
Exactly.
He's just supposed to be a bum.
He's a
He-
fucking
he-
kick,
he-
he's a kick returner.
He was a bum when he got to Philly.
He is not a running back. He's a kick returner.
I don't know. I don't know.
He's definitely a running back. But when he played for Philadia, he's more of a kick returner.
His
I'll give you
His
that.
position is a running back. I wasn't
But,
debating his
back to
position,
my
but
argument.
He did not run. He's our Boston Scott.
The
He's our
reason the
running back
Philadelphia
3.
Eagles had him was for kick returning. though.
Yeah,
I'll
he
give
was.
him
He's
that.
the only one that could compete with Devin Hester as one of the best
Justin-
kick returners.
Justin-
He's a kick
him and
Fields-
Deshaun Jackson.
like what's his name? Devin Hester. I mean, outside of being a kick returner, the dude would not be in the Hall of Fame or be even in contention for the Hall of Fame. He's in it because of his kick returns. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Justin Fields is going to have a way better season this year.
Did you notice he only named one of his wide receivers when he was going through the list?
Dorial Green Beckham. He had
DGB,
he had almost 500 yards for the amount of games he played.
and he was out of the league the next year.
Never
if we're going to next year, I'm pulling up the
never to
next
be
year.
seen.
No, I'm
again.
saying that's how trash these wide receivers were. My point is, I don't take the excuses of what they're throwing to. I just
All you're doing is proving this point. You keep just quit where you're heading.
But Justin Fields is going to have overall better.
Like Marquise Brown on that team would have been a fucking all-star. I would have killed for. I'd have gave you one of my kids if we could have had Marquise Brown that year.
Oh my god! Hold on. So before we get
The league,
Justin Fields is going to have a way better season. I think he's overall better quarterback. You give him the weapons that he deserves. Jared Goff has had number one wide receivers for a handful of years. He's also one of the biggest losers. He went to the Super Bowl and lost. So I still don't think
He
with
went to the Super Bowl.
Jared Goff.
put up 3 points. That's my statement there. You put up 3 points.
Did you forget he went to the Super Bowl?
No, I'm saying like you're
Oh yeah,
comparing a dude that threw 17 touchdowns and 12 interceptions last year to a dude that went to the Super Bowl.
correct.
He got carried.
Because he definitely didn't take the team to the Super Bowl.
Neither did Nick Foles.
And neither did Justin Fields.
But Nick Foles went out and played. But I'm pretty sure we already know across the panel here we got two Jared Goff people, and then we got Justin Fields. It's mind boggling.
We have the people that are
To say
realistic
that-
and the people that aren't
to
realistic.
say that Jared Goff is going to be better than.
Definitely is. But you know what's crazy though is that Jared Goff and Carson Wentz, how much of an argument it was who was going 1 and 2, and just look at them both now.
It's quite
It's
interesting.
crazy to say Jared Goff won that battle.
Like, I mean,
Yeah, it is.
I
I mean, Carson Wentz got
I don't
Super
know.
Bowl ring because it wasn't because
I don't know who to say. I mean, I do take Jared Goff over Justin Fields, but I mean, Jared Goff is nothing to get excited for.
No. But their quarterback, they got Hendon Hooker behind him, is going to be good.
Well, and then they signed Teddy, or was it Tyrod? Who they signed?
Tyrod.
Was it Teddy or Tyrod?
Who-
They sold that.
Teddy?
sold-
Teddy Bridgewater
Yeah.
signed with the Lions.
Where's Tyrod?
Ty-
Is he with the Texans still? or
Maybe.
no?
I don't
out
even
of
know
the
if he's
league,
on it.
Bro, this gets knocked out too much. So does Teddy.
Man,
though.
but it's so crazy how dirty Tyrod got done with the Chargers. You know what's crazy? I mean, that's just insane, bro. The doctor broke his ribs, and like that's
he
the only
punctured
reason.
his
Punctured
lung.
his lung,
Okay, yeah.
He broke his ribs.
And that's but punctured his lung.
He has a
bro.
lawsuit against him.
Yeah, I mean,
Imagine how much money he'd be getting paid right now.
and how good he was doing. Like, don't get me wrong, I love Justin Herbert, but I mean, it's just crazy, man. Herbert wouldn't even have played that year if it wasn't for that.
All right, so you got here's another hot take. You got your fantasy football here. There's 2 quarterbacks left. The last 2 quarterback options you got is Justin Herbert or Trevor Lawrence. Who do you pick?
Who is it? Oh, that's very good.
Last two quarterbacks on the board. You got 2
I hate
options.
that you asked me this because I'm a Colts fan. I don't
It's
like
either Trevor Lawrence or Justin Herbert. And so, who wants to go first?
So,
I'll go first.
What's the context of it? You're choosing them in what position?
It's fantasy football.
Wide receiver.
Okay.
You're lining up as the.
I don't know, man. That's
Wide out.
that's rough.
I'm taking. I'm
Since
thinking.
we're doing fantasy football, it's tough. It's a lot more to think about.
I think I'll take Trevor Lawrence if we're going fantasy football, just because
That's
I
a
think
Herbie
he's
been
proved
putting
more
up
with
points.
less, in my opinion.
Less.
He's proved more than with less. Yeah.
Bro,
Are you going to go on
squad over
paper and
there.
say, not I said San
Do
Diego?
you not know who he's throwing the ball to? And who he's going to be throwing the ball to this year? You're talking about this year, right?
Yeah.
Because they only got better. They got Calvin Ridley better.
Right,
now.
but the Chargers are always injury plagued. Correct me if I'm wrong. Herbert's hurt a handful amount of times. So is every wide receiver he throws to. Keenan Allen, Mike Williams. It's only a matter of time before Quentin. Is it Johnson?
Rampage Jackson.
Quentin Johnson.
He's going to be a dog, though.
Yeah, I mean he could be a dog, but if he falls,
He is.
it must be the wide receiver training staff because let me tell you, everybody gets hurt over there if you're a wide receiver.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize that's what you're talking about.
I'm-
'Cause I was talking about the Jaguars having a better receiving core than the Chargers. We were arguing about the same thing.
The Jaguars. I mean,
The
I'm
Jaguars have a better receiving core.
saying they had a less talented roster last year. than
yeah,
the
last
Chargers
year. I'm
did.
talking about this year, though.
I'm
Yeah,
saying
you didn't
he's
say we're
done-
drafting him
He's
last
done
year.
more for with less, is what I'm saying. So that's why I'm going to take Trevor Lawrence. Go ahead, Big Timmy.
Well, I gotta take Trevor Lawrence too. It's like a cuss word coming out of my mouth. I can't stand it because I'm a Colts fan, but I'm definitely gotta go Trevor Lawrence. He's just got better weapons, and like you said, he does more with less. And now he's got Calvin Ridley back. So
Chapo.
So actually, I do disagree with that last statement that he's got better weapons. Fully healthy, Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, and
that is tough.
Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, and Austin Eckler might be the best trio in the league, honestly, when they're fully healthy.
I will say, when was the last time they were fully healthy?
I just like the.
Well, Eckler stays healthy, man. Keenan Allen, bro, I love Keenan Allen. His injuries.
He gets hurt every year.
I mean, that's just the problem, man. Mike Williams, he struggles too, but I'm strictly going Trevor Lawrence. And it's strictly because, like I've told you 100 times, man. When it comes to head coach, Brandon Staley is
dog water.
I'll go as far as saying he's the worst head coach in the NFL. I think that's a reach, but I will say that.
He said Cliff.
It can't
Kingsbury
be a reach.
was better.
Correct me if I'm, they lost to the Jaguars, correct?
Yeah.
But so that's what I mean. Like I said, it might be a reach, but in my eyes, I will make a hot take and say that Brandon Staley is the worst head coach in the NFL.
Okay, Trey.
I'm glad that the answers around the board went the way they did. It makes me feel really good about the fantasy league coming up because y'all are crazy. Because in fantasy, at first I didn't notice you said in fantasy. I thought this debate was going to be tough, but in fantasy, it's Justin Herbert. This man was number 2, not last year on an off year because his receivers were in and out. The year before was number 2 as quarterback, if I'm not mistaken, in fantasy points in a normal scoring league. He throws the ball 1 million times a season, and he's going to keep. The Jaguars are going to be in contention to be a good ass team, win the division, win a lot of games, be a top seed in the AFC because their division's so trash. You guys don't play, in my eyes, the worst schedule ever. They're in a contention to win a lot. The Chargers are going to be out there playing their normal game. They're going to throw the fuck out the ball. They have receivers everywhere, even at the running back. He's going to throw probably more touchdowns, if I'm not mistaken. He did most of his career. Last year, Justin Herbert finished 7th for quarterbacks, and like I said, a down year. He finished 11th. Justin Herbert did, but the year before, he was 2nd in position ranking. This is a guy who can go out there and be a top 3 to 5 scorer in fantasy. He still runs the ball. He gets touchdowns, running, passing. He doesn't throw a lot of picks. Neither of them do, but Justin Herbert's volume is there. He's got hella weapons. Calvin Ridley just got back, but Christian Kirk established himself as wide receiver 1.
Yeah.
Their tight end,
Evan Ingram, yeah.
Their tight end is okay, but I would still take a Chargers tight end. Fantasy value, bro. They throw the ball to the tight end till the air's out of the ball.
I'm super excited about Evan Ingram over there.
Evan Ingram's nice, but the Chargers use the fuck out of tight ends left and right. They always have. Like I said, Justin Herbert was number 2 last year, not like the year they just finished, but the year before. Number 2 in the league in fantasy points. He's a dog. He can do that every year. He's only finished below fantasy points of 300 one time. Just Trevor Lawrence had a year last year for himself, and he was at 296. Justin Herbert all day. I hope you guys pick Trevor Lawrence in fantasy.
We're talking about for next year, though.
Yeah, he just got a rookie. What Trevor Lawrence
And I was
did.
also told to
Young legs.
pick one or the other on the fly.
Yeah, he was first.
I mean, I'm not just sitting here saying straight up that I'm taking.
I knew I was a complex at first, but when you said that, I was like, unless Trevor Lawrence did some shit in fantasy last year, I didn't notice. This is easy.
No, like I said, if you're telling, I'm just kind of going off of which quarterback I'd rather have for next year.
Yeah, I would rather have Trevor Lawrence.
And I'm saying Trevor Lawrence strictly because Brandon Staley's there. I do believe Brandon Staley gets fired this year. And with that being
Should
said,
have been fired a couple years ago.
they will have to make some moves at wide receiver. They did draft that stud out of TCU.
Huge.
And I mean, obviously they're going to move on most likely from Keenan Allen the following year unless he wants to do like a
Team friendly.
like a Larry Fitzgerald type of deal. But
Trevor Lawrence also has a fumble problem. Trevor Lawrence fumbles the ball.
well, I mean, last year, man, to see how good he did in a brand new system, not only a brand new system, but Doug Peterson, and not only a brand new system, but the culture was literally on fire. from
It's a
Urban
great,
Meyer.
Great system to be
From
in.
Urban Meyer. So not only was it a new system, but even Doug Peterson, man, he took a few years off from coaching. So I just feel like things will be more in rhythm now. Let's see what happens.
All right, so up for the next debate, we're gonna switch it back over to basketball. If you're the Boston Celtics and you're picking, you have to pick one player between the two to keep on your team. It's free agency. Are you going to take Jason Tatum or are you going to take Jaylen Brown? There's Batman and Robin. As far as I'm concerned, I feel like they both play the Batman role there. I think that's a reason that they can't seem to get it together for the Celtics. As Trey would say, they should have dog walked the Miami Heat. So you got to pick one. Trey, actually, I want to start with you first. Here, buddy.
You're a goofball. This is a horrible question. No one's taking Jaylen Brown.
Listen,
I was really thinking about it.
No, he wasn't.
Oh,
No, he wasn't. He's lying.
I swear I was.
listen. I think you can't afford for Jason Tatum to let it go to Game 7 every time to turn up. I feel like he plays well maybe the first game, partially the second game, and then it doesn't do anything till Game 7.
You watched one series?
No, I watched multiple Game 7 series for the Celtics.
Word to your mother.
Just two?
Huh?
Just two?
12.
I mean, it's when it counts the most.
Yeah, but he's only been in the playoffs one time and
6.
went to Game 7 two
No,
times.
I'm just
Hey,
saying they're both gonna be. I mean,
just saying that you act
one
like
of them already got paid. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah, and
I'm
he
asking you to
was like,
pick one.
damn.
Obviously, you're gonna pick Jason Tatum.
I'll
Then
pay y'all to
Oh
fight.
yeah, easy. It should be a easy clear. It's an easy clear.
all right, Chapo. I'll let you go next.
What was the question again?
If you got to pick one for free agency because they're both gonna deserve a crazy payday, are you keeping Jaylen Brown or are you keeping Jason Tatum? All I'm saying is if
So I feel like Tatum gets more money than Jaylen.
he's the
He
obvious
should.
choice, but at the
Uh,
same time, he doesn't have like it.
Tatum is a dog, but he's really inconsistent.
He's inconsistent.
So Tatum's ceiling is higher than Jaylen Brown's. So he does give you more. Jaylen is. I feel like I should be able to get Jaylen more consistently and less money. I do like the Jaylen Brown answer here, but I mean, I think it's you're comparing a number 1 to a number 2. So I mean, it's kind of hard to go with Jaylen Brown, but I am a bigger fan of Jaylen Brown.
All right, Big Timmy.
Yeah. I'll go Tatum. For obvious reasons.
I think given that Jason Tatum actually like next year shows up, I think you got to show up the whole series if you're supposed to be the dog. So I'll take Jason Tatum just because I do believe he can do better, but we just need more consistency out of him. But they're paying Jaylen Brown right now like he's the number 1 guy. I don't know how you can afford both 2 of those contracts. So it'll be just curious to see how that all plays out as well from there.
Jason Tatum, since taking that leap,
Since
he took his leap and he started averaging 20 points in the playoffs, he now averages 26.5, 8 rebounds, and almost 6 assists.
I mean, does that come off of 50, 60-point games and then 15?
No, or he would be an
20?
absolute dog with the amount of 50, 60-point games he has, but I'll look him up.
I think he has a handful of 50, maybe not quite 50, 40, 50-point games. I know he had a 50-point game, I believe, against the 76ers, I do believe. Correct me if I'm wrong there.
He has 2 playoff games total. One was in 2021 against Brooklyn.
And then the next one was against the 76ers, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, no, it
How
doesn't
many
come off.
40-point games does he have?
4. So,
4.
no, it doesn't come off 40, 50-point games. In 66 games, he has 6 games total with more than 40 points out of 66.
He's played in 66 playoff games?
Only since the years that I checked since his leap from 1920 season to now. So 1920, 21, or 2021, 21, 22.
I'm just saying, man.
And 22, 23.
I
So
feel like
4 seasons, he has 6 games of more than 40 points. That comes off consistency.
Would you agree that the Boston Celtics were supposed to be the 76ers?
And we did.
Okay. And would you agree that the Boston Celtics are supposed to beat the Miami Heat?
Yeah, and you guys played out of your fucking minds.
No, I'm just saying.
And then you fell back down to earth the next series, and it looked horrible.
And I'm not disagreeing with you there, but I'm just saying you're supposed to be that guy.
And he did great.
Not the whole series.
You don't think so?
I know so.
Bet y'all won't fight.
Let's see.
I give you $10 if you fight.
On camera.
He averaged 25 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 assists. Slouch.
35 points.
25.
Straight trash.
25.
25. 10 rebounds and 5 assists. Slouch. A double-double with 5
Hot
assists.
garbage.
I'd like to see more points out of him.
On 47% fucking shooting. Almost 50% from the field.
He averaged that. Is that what you're saying? He averaged?
Yeah.
You're talking crap about his second favorite team, man.
Oh, I know.
Shut up.
This man is crazy. Jason Tatum's one of the top players in the league.
Yeah, but I feel
This
like
this dude is wearing a Pacer shirt, and when he refers to the Celtics, he says "we."
Oh, yeah.
That should be illegal.
All right, moving on to our next debate here. We talked a little bit about this yesterday, but we didn't get to have the fellas on here. Starting this season, 2023 season, for your quarterback, would you take Dak Prescott or Kirk Cousins? I'm ready for this. This is gonna be fire. Big Timmy, I'm going with you first.
I'm not debating.
Come on,
No.
I'm ready for it.
Someone's going to catch me on fire with his stats machines over there.
Come on,
Somebody had to give up their phone, so I don't have a stat.
Hey, where's the pad, man? Where's that pad?
go ahead, Big Timmy.
Good question. Great question, man. Why don't you ask the guy in charge of it? If we're starting what now?
Starting this season, you got to pick Dak Prescott. Would you rather take Dak
Take
Prescott?
Dak.
And what reasons?
Because if I play any night games, I have a better chance of winning.
Okay,
No, I'm taking Dak. Definitely taking Dak.
you're taking Dak as the potential that he might play. We'll just say on a crazy side, we'll say 8 primetime games, even though we know he's not playing 8. But you'd rather take that.
If we're playing 8 primetime games, I'm taking Dak every day of the week, twice on Sunday.
Okay, Chavo,
Kirk Cousins.
and reasoning behind that.
Give Kirk Cousins Dak Prescott's team, and he's not leading the league with interceptions in 12 games that he plays, like Dak Prescott did. I think he got passed near the end of the year, but he at one point, man, and like he only played he missed 5 games last year and was leading the league in interceptions. Give Kirk Cousins his team. And no, we don't have Justin Jefferson, but I mean, Dak Prescott had Dalton Schultz, CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup, Zeke, and Tony Pollard in the backfield. A way better offensive line, a way better defense to give him better field position. Give me Kirk Cousins with Dak Prescott's team.
All right, Trey.
I'm also going Kirk Cousins for a different reason, but kind of the same. I don't give a fuck what team he's on. Kirk Cousins had a career high. He had a career high last season of 14 picks. 14 of them career high. He's never thrown 15 ever. Fuck what team it was. Ever. Ever. Not once. Dak threw 15 last season. I get it. He was hurt. He only played 12 games.
Yeah,
Wait, hold on.
he
played 12
said
games
he will
and
not. He will not lead the league in interceptions this year.
played
No. He said he would. I believe he said he will not throw more than 5 interceptions this
Yeah, I believe him.
Hold on. So you're saying he only played 12 games?
This
last
guy
year?
looks like I meant.
Oh,
I
yeah,
get
threw
it.
15?
I definitely do not.
But
believe
look,
football.
I can't imagine it was going to go down.
I get it, but at the same time, that's a low number to lead the league in interceptions with. It goes down over time. Jameis Winston threw 30 one season.
30 for 30.
And led the league. Eli Manning threw fucking 30 one time. Where'd it go? I was just looking at it.
Is Tony Romo
No, he
one
threw
of those?
27. Sorry. We've had guys have 22, 26,
I think it's just
25.
the Cowboys curse, man. Tony Romo was
Just-
terrible throwing interceptions.
Just since 2018, it's lowered a lot.
Like Cooper Russian.
It was not rare for whoever led the league in interceptions to throw more than 20 plus. Ben Roethlisberger in 2018 led the league with 16. Then Jameis Winston was the outlier with 30. Since Jameis Winston's 30, the highest has been 2021 Matthew Stafford and Trevor Lawrence with 17. So like 15 interceptions, it sounds like a lot because it led the league, but it's really not. People used to throw 20 on average. They'd throw 20 and 20, 23, 20. They'd throw 10 interceptions and 10 touchdowns. Dak's cool with the 15, but at the same time, Kirk's never thrown 15, and that was a full season he played. Kirk has always been reliable, even if he doesn't show up for prime time and win the game. At least he performs. You're not going to get a slouch, in my opinion. Dak Prescott, he's got to prove it because I used to be high on Dak Prescott, but man.
I mean, Kirk Cousins doesn't have like slouches for any of his
Receivers.
Yeah. I mean, he hasn't. He had Stephon Diggs, and right after they lost him, I mean, they had Adam Thielen before then. Right after they lost him, they got Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, but
They just lost Adam Thielen, and now they got the rookie.
Dak's had a squad his whole career too, though.
Oh, yeah, I'm not saying.
And a career line. Like he came in.
And they had Dalvin Cook for quite some time as well.
I don't think this is really up for debate. I'm taking Kirk Cousins. I mean, there's a
Somebody had
reason.
to pick that, guys.
Reason Justin Jefferson.
Goodness, it's not a.
There's a
debate.
reason
Don't come
Justin
up here
Jefferson balled
I
out.
was busy. You picked Dak.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
You really kicked me out.
Justin Jefferson, he's a dog. There's a reason, he's getting that, all those votes, all those yards, all those. I think that Kirk Cousins, he may not be the greatest performer on prime time. He's just a little camera shy, okay, guys? So basically, Dak Prescott, you could put him on prime time. Yeah, he might win the game, but like, say he wins 4 primetime games and loses the rest of them, I'll still take all the wins on the non-primetime games with Kirk. So I think the Cowboys, you could almost give the Cowboys the Super Bowl and then still find a way to fuck it up and lose. So just because Dak Prescott. So for that reason right there, I'm taking Kirk Cousins. So.
Dak isn't as bad as Ryan shitting on him. He's just not. Kirk Cousins is just reliable and consistent.
Right. He's a great game manager. And as you see, man, a lot more game managers have won Super Bowls than people with skilled talent. And that's crazy to say, but I mean, if you look at it, Peyton Manning at his Super Bowl, he was at that point of his career, he was a game manager. Tom Brady, I mean, half of his Super Bowls, he was just a game manager. Trent Dilfer, Brad Johnson, Nick Foles. I mean, the list goes on, man.
One MVP has won a Super Bowl.
Patrick Mahomes he's clearly not a game manager, but he's a generational talent.
He's the only MVP there was
ever. There was no last season in the Super Bowl against the Eagles. They were all talking about it before. Like an MVP has never won the Super Bowl. And Pat Mahomes, I knew he would.
Kurt Warner. I mean, the list goes on, man.
You want me to Google it real quick, Patrick?
No, I believe you.
I think one of the debates in the long term, maybe we'll do this on the Around the Zone next week. For Bino to jump on with this, I think he could. I think he could agree that if he was to rerun this with the current roster, he would prefer Tony Romo over Dak. And Tony Romo's a lot like a game manager.
He was good at throwing the game away too, just about as good as Dak.
So moving on to the next debate here, and this one's going to be a little different, boys. Who is the worst division in NFL football?
That's easy. AFC South.
Oh yeah, that's another one. That's not
either AFC or NFC.
Yeah,
both South.
Yeah, both South.
Wait, you said AFC?
Yeah.
NFC South. Hold
NFC
on.
South.
It may be a debate, I guess. Hold on.
No,
AFC South at least has one
I like
serious
the
lock.
Colts, but the AFC's just.
But the AFC South has one serious lock for a playoff spot. Like,
I mean, every division has a lock for a playoff spot.
yeah, but those guys are falling off first round no matter who makes it, I believe. Depending unless they get a stupid nice draw. But the Jaguars have a chance to be a top something seed. There is not one of those.
Exactly.
The only reason that somebody from the NFC South is going to be a top 4 seed is because they have to be a top 4 seed.
I do believe in the Panthers.
There's going to be, if not,
I kind of like
if not
so
two.
now I do believe in the Panthers, but they're a lot like they're on the Texans level, which the Texans are not terrible. I'm not a believer in CJ Stroud whatsoever, but D'Amico Ryans, man, I'm telling y'all, D'Amico Ryans is about to change this culture in Houston, and a coach can take you a long way, man.
I think they're going to be last in the division.
The second team in in the East division is going to go better than the NFC South division leader. So that's one wild card.
100%.
That's one wild card team that does better than them. If not 2, I wouldn't be surprised if 3 teams did better.
Maybe 4.
the Falcons.
Maybe all of them.
The Giants.
Listen, I'll tell you this:
I
history
was talking
repeats
about all
itself,
of
and that's what
them.
I'm going to tell you. I'm not saying this is going to be the worst team, but it does. And Dylan, you damn near got to agree with this because you're an Eagles fan. It's like every other year, your division takes a shit, like literally shits the bed, like does terrible. I'm not saying it's gonna be you guys, but there's a great chance like you guys fluke. Everybody does terrible in that division. It's either they're all great one year or they're all terrible for the NFC East. But that's not my pick.
That's dog shit.
No,
No, it 100% is. Because
multiple times
we
you
can
guys
pull up the fucking rosters. You cannot look at the Cowboys and Eagles rosters and say, "Oh, they might shit the bed." Like, look at their rosters. You can give 3 injuries to both the offense and defense on both teams, and they're still more fucking stacked than the entire NFC South put together.
So I
Make an all-star team out of the NFC
so
South.
I can throw away AJ Brown.
Yes.
Okay, and then
Devontae Smith is a fucking dog.
Who?
Devontae Smith.
He said, "I'll take away him
Okay,
too."
I'll take away AJ Brown, and then I'll take away your left guard.
Okay.
I don't even gotta know who it
The
is.
Eagles are still better than the winner of the NFC South.
That was easy.
That was
I think you
out of
take
every out of
Jalen
You
Hurts.
said
out
left
of
guard.
everybody, you could have just fucking said you said the left guard.
He don't even know his name.
Jalen Hurts on any NFC South
They
team.
still have Jason Kelsey, the best center in the league. They still have
Jalen Hurts.
Lane Johnson.
They still have Lane Johnson, the best right tackle in the
Okay,
league.
I'll take away their center.
Center
Jason
ain't that
Kelsey.
important.
I mean, it is. Center
I mean,
is
the best in the
definitely
league. Yeah,
important
they're going to take a hit, but they're definitely you're fucking insane.
So I'm gonna take away your
I think
star
they
wide
just drafted-
receiver,
take 3 people on
your
take
star
3
quarterback, and then your center, and you guys are just gonna be just fine.
They're going to be better in the NFC South.
I mean, Marcus Mariota with that roster over the Falcons, 100% give them to me.
Bro, if you put Jalen Hurts on any NFC South team, he takes them to a better record than what they're going to have this year. Alone, if you just put Jalen Hurts there.
And
If
you
you do a
always,
wide
you
swap
always
for quarterbacks.
contradict yourself. Don't act like I've never watched your podcast.
Hey, listen,
You say that you say you could put fucking
you could
Bobby
put-
Boucher at quarterback.
Yes, but
and
I
he
also
coulda
just
went to
took
the
away
Super
your
Bowl
star
last
wide
year.
receiver and your center.
Devontae Smith is a number 1 on almost on
I didn't say
30 other
Devontae
teams.
Smith.
I know that's what I'm saying. So take away AJ Brown, you still have
Devontae
Devontae
Smith
Smith.
did not do that good.
Devontae Smith did not do that good.
No,
Pull the stats up.
I will.
There we go.
Devontae Smith is not all that yet.
You are fucking insane.
He was supposed to be all that. but-
Devontae Smith, like pull up his
Close,
stats
sure.
and then his drops and everything. Devontae Smith is fucking arguably a top 10 wide receiver in the league.
He had
How many
7 touchdowns. He had in 1,196 yards.
That's his
He had
receiver.
1,200 yards. Give me 1,200 yards as a wide receiver. Fucking 2.
2021, he had 916 yards and 5 touchdowns.
As a wide receiver one. That's what I give. I don't think Devontae Smith is all that.
1,200 yards as a wide receiver 2 is bad.
I mean, you're wide receiver 2. When you were wide receiver 1, getting the best draw every game, you had 900 yards and 5 touchdowns.
As his rookie year, and Jalen Hurts was hurt half the year.
They also have had rookie studs. Like
1,200 yards as a wide receiver 2 is bad. I can't even believe I'm sitting.
I
in
didn't
this
say
room
that
right
was
now.
bad. I
This
just
is-
said
this
you're a
is
wide
like
receiver
the worst
2.
hot take I've ever heard in my
You're a
life.
wide receiver 2. You're supposed to shine.
Fucking Trey Facts is his next show. We're gonna call it
Listen,
Trey Facts.
you're supposed to be the number one guy
Should
there.
call it computer facts.
AJ Brown's not supposed to be the number one guy there.
T. Higgins had 1,000
He's not
yards
supposed
and
to
7
be.
touchdowns. as
AJ
well.
Brown's a top 5 wide receiver. Why is he?
Correct. I'm not
supposed to be
saying
a
he's
number
not,
one?
but he's not supposed to be the top guy there.
How is he not?
They did not draft Devontae Smith.
Now you
for
sound
AJ.
stupid.
This
No,
is fucking.
that is not stupid to think. You drafted Devontae Smith.
And then you went out and traded for AJ Brown.
Yeah, but he's not.
and he's
supposed
if you
to be-
traded
You
every
traded for a top 5 wide receiver, and he's not supposed to be your best wide receiver.
I mean,
AJ Brown's not top 5. But
100%.
he's close.
100% is.
he's not better than Tyreek, Devontae, or Jefferson. That's top 3. Undoubtedly top 3. Okay.
Mhm.
And I don't think he's better
People would
than
argue that.
I don't think he's better than
Jamar Chase.
Jamar Chase. That's who I was
I
just
think he's
about to
better than
say.
Jamar.
I don't think he's better than
I
Jamar
think so.
Chase.
He made Ryan Tannehill.
AJ
look-
Brown is
Hold
a
on.
fucking
He made Ryan
animal.
Tannehill look like a god. What happened after he left?
I don't think he made Ryan Tannehill look like a god.
Compared to what he did now,
Yeah, but I mean, he wasn't no god.
I mean, he can throw the ball. Now he can't throw the ball worth a damn.
But I don't think he's top 5. I think there's other players. Tyreek Hill.
The only person
Jefferson.
I'd put on him, except for the person that you
Stephon Diggs.
named, that's it. That's all. So he'd be 5.
If Cooper Kupp goes back to what he did, I don't think he will.
That's
but-
just 1 year. Remember? We
yeah,
talked
I know.
about
That's why I
that.
said I don't think he did, but people still base their stats off that.
Devontae Smith finished last year. His
Yeah.
overall wide receiver, number 12 as a number 2.
And T. Higgins did just as good. He was right
T.
behind. him.
Higgins is a fucking dog too.
Yeah, but they're not
I
going to
thought
go.
he was about to say bum. I was
They're
like,
not going to go beat 1,200 yards, 7 touchdown guys as a wide receiver 1.
Fuck if they ain't.
Then why didn't they?
What do you mean? Why
It was
didn't
their
they?
rookie. It was his rookie year.
Where's their chance?
Devontae Smith had one.
his rookie year?
I mean, look at star receiver
I know.
rookie years. Jalen Waddle broke the reception record his rookie year
And what? And
as
was
wide receiver 1.
and instantly
wide
came
receiver
into a
1.
fucking system.
What system?
Who was Devontae Smith's head coach?
Who's the fucking Dolphins head coach as of when Jalen Waddle got drafted? A 1-year guy?
Was it fucking Brian Flores?
I
Who is
think
a
it was.
Pretty sure.
who fucking made the playoffs and got canned?
That was fucking crazy. That whole
Like
situation
took a
was
dog
good.
shit team to the playoffs and got canned because he's fucking black.
That doesn't matter about head coach, I don't think, especially when we're talking receivers here. They both came into shitty situations.
Come into a system 100% does. Look at the Jaguars system. Look at Trevor Lawrence under fucking Urban Meyer. It 100% matters.
I don't think that affected their wide receiver play at all.
How does
Send
it
me some
not?
good TikToks.
Trevor Lawrence was dog shit before Doug Peterson came in. Trevor
Justin
Lawrence,
Jefferson,
they were wanting to call Trevor Lawrence one of the biggest busts in NFL history before he got Doug Peterson.
Justin Jefferson had 1,400 yards and 7 touchdowns his rookie year in 14 games.
And these are the people you're trying to compare him to. You're trying to compare him to fucking Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase. He's not Justin Jefferson or Jamar Chase. He's not at all.
But what I'm saying is he's not going to go do. He's not them because he can't go be wide receiver 1
Why
I
can't
mean, there's more wide
because he's
receiver
not
ones.
them.
There's more wide receiver ones than the 5 people you named off.
You're naming 2 top 5 wide receivers. I never called him a top 5 wide receiver.
Okay,
But as a number 2, he was
so
the number
There's
12 wide receiver.
32 number 1 receivers.
all right, let's see then. Let's go see real quick. Christian Kirk, mid tier, right?
Devontae Smith ain't better than Drake London.
No.
Okay.
No.
I'm done. All right, what's the next topic?
No.
Lost all credibility.
Give me 1 second here. Just pulling up a list here. Okay.
Drake London had 800, almost 900 yards and 4 touchdowns. That's close to what Devontae Smith had with nothing last year. You want to clown Desmond Ridder all the time.
Do you
So-
not? Do you watch football?
Yeah, he had 800.
You watch football, so you know what garbage time means, correct?
and
When
he had
they're
garbage
fucking
time.
slinging the ball.
And he had garbage time
The
points.
1,200 yards as the number 2 wide receiver on the number 1 rushing team in the NFL against a team who was down by 30 every fucking game that they played. How are we comparing this? Do you watch football? Do you understand the NFL?
Yeah, he
Like,
had 9.
People bring up fucking yards from a garbage ass quarterback because they were in garbage time at fucking launching the ball 50 yards because they were down
You're
by 30
crazy.
the entire year. The number 1 rushing team in the league. The man had 1,200 yards as a wide receiver too and still ranked
Hold on, I want
top
to see something
12.
real quick.
He was the number 12 wide receiver last year on the number 1 rushing team in the fucking league. Like, how is this even up for debate? I'll answer that. It's not.
let's see here. This for the head.
You got any more questions for us?
Yeah, so I was just trying to look at some different stuff here. Next question I have. Give me 1 second. I'm just trying to get this pulled up here.
Hey, you ready for this? Don't skip it yet because this is what I was looking for. The Falcons ran the ball more times than the Eagles did last year. Oh my god. They ran the ball more, and he still had similar to your rookie year. When I bet your team didn't run the ball more because your team was in shambles, looking for a solution. He's better than
you
Devontae
just ain't.
Smith.
Who?
Drake London.
All right, do your thing.
He had similar rookie year stats with absolutely nothing. In a
This ain't even for debate. I mean, I already killed it
It is by how? How?
by explaining what football is to you.
They ran the ball more. You said they were throwing the air out the ball. They ran the ball more than your team did last year. They ran the ball
explained
more
what
than you.
Garbage.
They
garbage
ran the ball
time
more than
means.
you. So you
When
want
a
me to
team
get,
is down 30, what does the defense run?
So
What does the defense run and when you're up by 30 points and it's garbage time, 100% garbage time?
okay? So
Terrell Pryor had over 1,000 yards his first year as a wide receiver with the Cleveland Browns because they were down by 30 fucking points every game and it was garbage time.
so if I pull this up and they weren't
Like,
down by, and
The
he didn't get
funny
garbage
thing is
time
I don't
stats.
need my phone. I watch football. I don't need the computer. I don't need Google. I never have. I've never pulled up Google on any of these shows.
That's why you're wrong right now.
Fact check that.
That's why you're wrong right now.
Fact check that.
Which makes sense.
When someone uses stats,
They lost
as an
by
argument,
one in week
their whole
one.
argument's killed.
They lost by
Their
one.
whole argument's killed when you pull up stats. It's done.
Sorry, I'm right, and you're wrong here.
It's
They
done.
lost by 1 week 1. They lost by 4 week 2. They won week 3. They lost by 3 the week after. They lost by 6. They lost by 14. First blowout was in October, a month into the season. Then they lost by a blowout to the Bengals. If you really want me to go into depth, I bet Drake London didn't have a
How many
great
times
game.
Eagles get blown out?
How we doing, Sam? We just had some comments coming on here.
Next game, they lost by 3 points, 3 points, 10 points, 3 points. Do you want me to go more in depth and find out their average margin of loss? Because I'll do that, and we can see if they were getting blown out and it was garbage time all the time.
Oh no, I thought you said something. I'm sorry. 3 currently. Oh, okay.
They averaged 21.5 points per game last season and gave up an average of 22.5 points per game last season. Score differential per game of
What
1
was even
point
the
per game.
question here?
They were getting blown out every game. It was garbage time.
What's the topic we're debating?
We got into Devontae Smith and Drake London.
Yeah, that's already dead.
How? You're saying it's dead, but you're bringing no facts.
Number 12
That's
wide receiver in the league.
at wide receiver 2 on one of the best offenses in the league. You have to guard.
So he's
a bunch
better
of
than
people.
how many? How many
I,
wide receiver ones?
not many. When
Not
you have
many.
wide receiver
Not many?
ones, well, okay.
So you didn't say none of them, right?
You're telling me that you have elite running backs because they produce elite talent stats?
We don't have elite running backs.
Exactly. You have an
Never
elite
have.
offensive line, right?
Right.
Okay, so you have an elite wide receiver 1. Your wide receiver 2 is supposed to look good.
Not at all.
How doesn't it?
What Alec Pierce look like?
Alec Pierce isn't good at all,
Hold on.
and they don't have an
No,
elite
no,
wide
no,
receiver
no,
1, and they
no,
and they
no.
don't have an elite wide receiver 1. Show me a wide receiver.
Who's your
2.
wide receiver 2, Ryan?
Who's
Why
our
do you
wide
like Gabe
receiver two
Davis
right now?
Why do you
No.
like Gabe Davis?
Who was it?
You like Dave
Devin Duvernay.
Davis?
Yeah,
Dave
Dave
Davis.
Davis.
You like Gabe Davis because of Stephon Diggs.
Devin
No.
Duvernay.
Yeah,
I said I loved him coming out of UCF. He was actually his pro comparison was OB because I used to love this shit and now I'm just too busy to do it. His pro comparison was OBJ,
And he never would have fulfilled it and still hasn't.
No, so his pro comparison was OBJ, but his it was his he was lazy. I mean, he fell to like the 4th round, I believe.
He's not
He
good.
was a fucking
He's hit or miss.
he was a number 1 prospect, or not a number 1, first round prospect, but he was lazy.
and he's Chris Middleton.
0 work ethic.
He's Chris Middleton.
No, Chris Middleton's probably better.
Okay, exactly my point. But he's a
No,
wide
I
receiver
just love
2
him. I didn't-
that puts up good numbers because he has an elite wide receiver 1. He's not that great. Just like Devontae Smith.
I
T. Higgins
disagree.
is good. Devontae Smith is all right, but they're not gonna go be wide receiver 1s and have 1,000 yards.
100% will.
No, they won't.
They
So
could
Mike
on some
Williams,
teams,
Mike
though.
Williams can't be a wide receiver 1 either.
He's better than both of them.
No, he's not.
Yes,
No, he's not.
better than T.
He's just a
Higgins.
big body. He's a
If that's
Red
what
zone
gets
Not
him
the
yards,
topic yet.
if that's what Megatron did, Megatron just
Oh,
mossed
that's our
everybody.
show,
You know
so-
what
I
I'm
asked about
saying?
that 20 minutes ago.
Oh, bro, you still haven't found another topic?
No, sorry, I was trying to tag some people in the comments here.
I'm just saying, Drake London put up them similar numbers in blowouts of 1 point per game. That's a crazy blowout.
What the hell's that?
Yeah, I was about to say someone hit their mic.
Okay.
Sorry, Brandon.
Next heated
I
debate.
feel like this is gonna be only worse.
Oh, buddy. All right. So, this is who. All right. If you had to pick a quarterback, right? I guess right now, so to speak, for the 2023 NFL season, would you rather pick Jalen Hurts or Joe Burrow?
That's dumb as fuck. Did
Why?
you-
You're terrible at these
Why?
questions.
Joe Burrow without even fucking debating it. If anybody says Jalen Hurts are retarded,
if we're going as of right now, I'm gonna take the guy that's not hurt.
Yeah.
Now, if we're
Trick
going,
question.
we're going career, or maybe from game 1 till playoff Super Bowl time, I might change my mind. But if I had to pick a guy right now,
Hey, listen, how many
I'm
times
gonna
has
take-
Jalen Hurts got hurt?
That was dog shit.
I'm just gonna take the guy right now who has full health, no worries, no red lights, than a guy we have an unknown injury on. Just saying, he
They
could have a
can't even
torn
figure it out.
ACL or a hurt calf muscle.
How many times has Jalen Hurts been hurt
Shit, I don't know.
Last year, at least once.
in general?
About
Does
to say,
anybody know?
At least once he missed like
2 games last year.
2 games?
Broken thumb or something
he,
stupid.
play,
shit?
he,
couldn't miss
he
the
ended
one where he
up
played the
playing
Colts.
hurt, but yeah, he had to come back because
I thought he missed 2 games.
Gardner Minshew lost every game that
Yeah,
he played.
Cardinals and then Saints, right? Back or not Cardinals. That's the Cowboys.
Saints
and
We got
Cowboys.
Andre that says
Yeah.
Hurts. He take Hurts.
He
Mm.
crazy as hell.
That-
Oh, I know why though. I know why.
Why?
He's a diehard Steelers fan.
No,
No, he's not.
Andre.
He's a
No,
Lion
Andre,
fan.
no.
Oh, I
our
thought you
Andre.
meant my friend.
No, our
Oh.
Andre.
Yeah,
I
he's
was
I was
gonna
like,
say-
yeah, no, he's a Lions fan.
Oh,
bro.
I was gonna say, oh no, oh, no. So I'll take Jalen Hurts just to be the oddball out there because, like you said, he's so far he's not injury prone. You know what I'm saying?
Joe Burrow's locked
You
as
wanna
the
call-
number 2 quarterback in the league.
So it.
Laws
Sorry.
is healthy.
I just
So
wanna
is
give
Jalen
the-
Hurts your
this thing-
second best quarterback in the league.
Huh?
Is Jalen Hurts your second best?
No,
quarterback
he's quarterback that has.
So
He's
you-
not hurt.
Oh,
The
no,
man,
but
the
hold
man
on,
that
no.
steady preaches that fucking Trey could go be the quarterback and take the Eagles to the Super Bowl. He's fucking picking Jalen Hurts.
I've never said Trey could go be the quarterback.
No, but you do say that anybody could have taken them. to the
100%.
Super Bowl.
I
And
say if you
Trey
flop
is
roles,
anybody.
it could be a lot different. But right now, Joe Burrow's hurt.
Put Joe Burrow on the Bears and watch what he does.
Goes crazy.
You mean before? You mean
I'll take him
before
on the
DJ Moore or like right now?
Any day of the week. Pick the fucking 2006
Man,
Bears. I don't
I'd
care.
put him. I'd put him on the command.
Well, they went to
no,
the
not
Super Bowl. You
you
put
got
them on.
Terry
Did they?
McLaurin over
No,
there.
that's 2003.
Oh,
my
okay,
bad.
okay.
I was like, well,
Yeah, I was like,
That's
did I
gonna really
just-
help
Did I
them.
really just name their Super Bowl year?
that was 2003.
That's probably the Ravens year, 06.
What when we went
No,
to
theirs
now?
was like
we went to the
2000.
Super Bowl in 2000 and 2012.
I was about to say, and then they didn't make it till after
So
the
who the
10s.
hell was 06?
2006.
Now you got me
That
wondering.
was the Colts and the Bears.
Why
That's what I
I think it was 03 or 04.
That's what I
we
was
said
saying.
03 was Bears.
No, that's too
Burrow
early.
was hurt. I would feel different if I knew what
That
the
was the
injury was. That's what he
Steelers.
said.
One of the
03 or
Steelers
04?
wins.
Steelers and Cardinals.
Oh,
No, the
that's way too
Seahawks.
Oh,
What 06 was 07 was?
It just says 06, so probably 05, 06, probably. Yeah, this was the 05, 06 season.
Which was the Steelers and who?
The Seahawks. This
All
is
right.
one thing I suck
All right,
at. is
running
remembering
backs
them in order.
Tomorrow, hey, you
03 or
gotta
04 is the Colts.
pick a running back: Nick Chubb or CMC.
yeah, the 2006. If you threw Joe Burrow on the Bears in 2006, they went to the Super Bowl that year.
So I was right the first time.
With what? Rex Grossman, right?
Yeah, bro. If you put Joe Burrow, they would have whooped the. freaking
They went with Rex Grossman. that year?
You didn't know that? You guys? Oh my god!
And they had Devin
All right.
Hester too.
We got a
boy.
new
He
one
just
here.
said- He said Devin's down there somewhere.
Would you rather have Christian McCaffrey, being all of his injuries and stuff, or Nick Chubb?
It would be
Nick
considered.
Chubb.
You gotta. It depends on the roster you're getting.
Yeah, I was about to say, do I have a good quarterback or not?
I mean, do I got a good offense or not?
I mean, I'm not.
If I have a good quarterback, I'm
Why-
taking CMC.
No, I just need the answer. You don't get it.
I
at
said
the
Nick
end,
Chubb.
because if I say they're on their current rosters right now, the 49ers.
See, that's
If
what
you
you
got
got
a
to think, though. You got to think, we can't put them on their current. You got
If they're both-
If they're on the- if the-
If it's the 49ers,
No, we're not doing the 49ers.
And if they're both on, you have to do if they're both on the same team. Doesn't have to be an active team. It can be if they
Okay.
are both on a team with Jimmy Garoppolo, or if they're both on a team with.
I'm picking a team with a terrible offensive line. Who has a terrible offensive line?
Just say that. You don't have to pick.
Okay,
a-
so-
The Giants.
So if we're saying okay, Nick Chubb or CMC on a team with a great quarterback or with a bad O line, something like that, you
We
just
got-
can't say their current.
We
roster.
got Andre says Caffrey.
If I have an elite quarterback or even a good quarterback, I'm taking McCaffrey. But if I have no quarterback, I
No
need a running
quarterback.
back. Yeah, then I'm taking a guy that can
He's
take
got to
the
lead
ball.
you to the promised land.
Yeah, I'm taking Nick Chubb. He can carry the ball 50 times a game. We can
See, I'm actually going the exact opposite of what you're saying, because if I got a bad quarterback, I want Christian McCaffrey to be that blanket that can catch the ball.
Yeah, he can.
If I have a good quarterback to where teams are not stacking the box, Nick Chubb is going to
I
just
agree. That's
tear
a good,
you down.
That's a good look at it.
So I mean, I don't know. I mean,
But Nick Chubb, if you're stacking the box against me, then I would rather have that because
yeah, because if you're stacking the box, I would rather you have McCaffrey because McCaffrey's going out wide on a slant. You know what I'm saying?
throw a nickel set at him with a nickel blitz. Hopefully he doesn't get burned. That extra DB don't get burned. We're sending.
He said y'all said bad online. I don't know.
Bad O line.
Because
Because that's what you said was bad O line, but then you said Terry. But bad O line, I'm saying the same thing because I have faith in Nick Chubb to run through that bad O line.
okay.
I'm not saying he ever has. The Browns usually
All right,
have a
Big
respect
Timmy.
for
I already
the
said
line.
Nick Chubb like 100 times.
No, I was. You didn't let me finish. I'm gonna take Christian McCaffrey, just because he. I mean, I don't know Nick Chubb's receiving yard stats off the top of my head, but I'll take Christian McCaffrey just because I think he's too much of a dual threat. If I got Christian McCaffrey, if I'm not running the ball, I'm hitting him on that halfback wheel route every time. Like, I'm open, coach. I'm open. You know what I'm saying? I need
You got to
that
have time
second
to
wing.
develop those routes.
Yeah, we know we play Madden enough.
Say that again.
I'm open, coach. I'm
Yeah,
open.
yeah. Do
Why?
it again.
Nope, not gonna do it.
coach.
I'll take McCaffrey though. Just being that I think he's more. I guess he can't be more injury reliable, but when he's on the field, I'd say he's more reliable as far as like to catch or run the ball versus Nick Chubb. How many? Do you know how many receiving yards he's had?
Nick Chubb?
Yeah.
Oh, bro, probably not many.
Okay, I just didn't know.
Yeah, they utilize.
many at
They
all.
like to utilize
Kareem Hunt?
Yeah.
Kareem Hunt and Dearness
Listen,
Johnson.
I still can't believe he doesn't have a job yet, but that's his own.
Yeah, I was about to say he can sign any contract. He's getting love.
Yeah,
Did you hear that an executive from the Jets came out and said that they felt deeply disrespected by Dalvin Cook, that they are on the edge of pulling their offer off the table because he's still hanging out with the Dolphins at practice, and he feels like he's literally just using the Jets as leverage on the Dolphins, and they are literally within hours of pulling their offer off the table.
That's funny. I want him to go to the Dolphins bad. Fuck the Jets.
I'd honestly like to see him go to the Bills. To be honest with you.
No, fuck that. I want to see the Bills crash and burn, bro. They need to get a wide receiver.
All right, next debate here.
I want to see them load the pass up and go out there and let Josh Allen sling that bitch around. But they can't with just 1.5 receivers.
Does LeBron James have to leave the Lakers to win another ring? Yes or no?
No.
I need your.
That's it.
No, I need an answer, Trey.
I gave you one.
No, I need the full.
He said
thing.
he's the GOAT. That's
Yeah.
the answer.
He always is in consideration for a ring.
Andre says yes.
Fuck you, Andre. I said
Hey,
no.
If he leaves, he's gonna go to the Warriors instead of Paul George.
No, I think LeBron can win one with AD. That's two, in my opinion, if they're not injured, everyone's playing. That's two top
I
five.
thought he was about to say in
league.
their prime. I was like, is LeBron just gonna be in his prime till he's 50?
I mean, is he not? But I think in their healthy playing days, I would say, not their primes. They're the two of the top 5 players in the league, two of the best top 5 players in the league. You don't really need too much else. It's helpful, but once you have that, you have a chance. I think he can win another one here.
I'd say with his current roster, unless they get some major help.
Well, last year they had a lot of rookies shine though.
I mean,
Exactly.
they
They have
Rookie 2-year players.
Yeah, they got Austin Reeves back.
Rui.
Rui's back, if I'm not mistaken.
Does Austin Reeves? You think he's still the guy?
He never was the guy, but he's still.
No, I mean like the guy to get paid. He got paid like the guy.
I mean, he's definitely better than all the other point guards they had on our team.
And who else did they got? Oh, they got Gabe Vincent. They signed Gabe Vincent.
I
Oh,
forgot
yeah,
about that. That's
gonna
a
help.
clutch signing.
Yeah.
He played good minutes. He was the best player you guys had, other than Jimmy and Caleb. That one series,
Yeah, so Caleb Martin balled
game
out.
in and game out. If you take out all the extra, like Bam, of course, if you factor in the finals, probably had a great season. But Bam outside the finals wasn't great. Caleb Vincent outside the Eastern Conference Finals wasn't great. Gabe Vincent was steady all the way through.
Okay. Chapo?
No,
No, he doesn't
he doesn't have to leave the Lakers.
to win another ring.
No,
You think they win another one there?
no.
That doesn't mean he has to leave.
Yeah, that
to
don't
win
mean he
another.
has to win one,
Reverse.
but no, I don't believe so. You didn't ask, do you believe the Lakers don't win a ring? You said,
No,
do you believe he has to leave? And the answer is no and no.
Okay. Any other input behind that, or just
No,
No.
all right, Big Timmy?
he doesn't have to leave. That was my answer.
Oh, you were saying no.
Yeah, this is an easy one. He doesn't have to leave.
I mean, the way the NBA is, man, I mean, you can flip a roster. in
I don't think
minutes.
LeBron James will be on the Lakers. I don't even actually think LeBron.
The Lakers were dog shit before the trade deadline. And, like, literally just, I mean, flip their whole roster upside down. You know what I'm saying? He
Andre
does not have-
says unless everyone takes a pay cut to come to him, AD is not the answer. I think I can agree with that. AD is not the answer.
Healthy AD is.
Yeah, but
Healthy AD is the top
when's the
three.
last time AD was
It was-
actually healthy?
Man,
You got me there.
Yeah, like there's a reason
I mean,
we
how
all
long
went
are-
notebook paper.
How long are we looking? Because he was healthy from his
Most of the playoffs.
small injury last year on.
Yeah, I mean he held up through the playoffs.
He had a
They
small
made it to
injury
the
last
West.
year from
He has
that
got
on.
bodies.
So
by
here's the
Joker.
thing I'm getting at. They made it to the Western Conference Finals and only got better. The answer is no, and it's simple.
AD's a top 3 big behind Joel and Jokic. He rounds out the top 3. If
And
you
they got
count-
a shooter. That's the other
agree
thing.
with
If you count Giannis,
They had shooters, but the reason they got done up by, besides the Joker's a beast, is they have shooters everywhere.
Yeah, I mean even the
The
drop
Nuggets have shooters everywhere.
even the drop off behind AD to number 4. Like I don't even know.
if
who
you
I would
count
go with.
Giannis is 4 in my book because you can put him neck and neck.
I mean, I
There's a
think
debate
Giannis
there.
is a solidified small forward.
Yeah, he's a wing. That's what I would refer to him as, not a big.
Yeah.
But even if you want to refer to him as a big
Big
AD gave
wing.
him buckets last year when they played head to head. Gave him buckets. If I'm not mistaken, put a 40 ball on him. It was bad.
This is not a debate question, but this is a side question. Do you think LeBron James still plays with his son after the cardiac arrest?
Do you think his son plays in the NBA? Would be a better question.
I mean,
Right.
is that still a realistic possibility, you guys think? Obviously, that's not the main concern, but you think that still happens?
If
Trey?
he plays, I think LeBron can play long enough.
I never looked into that. Sadly, I should have more. I don't know what caused.
I don't think
that or if
LeBron
anything's-
even pushes for him to play anymore, honestly.
That was.
That's a
probably-
crazy thing.
Yes,
I mean,
that
you're
was-
made for life, man. Money will never be a problem.
I don't think honestly, I don't think LeBron would even be mad if he doesn't even step on the court again.
I'm a father of 4. I can put myself in them shoes. A father of 4, 2 sons. I can put myself in them shoes, man, and feel the hurt that LeBron felt when that happened. And I'm doing everything I can to let my son know, remind my son that he's set up for life, and basketball is not in your future. Do I believe he still pushes to play? I 100% do. They've got all the money in the world to get the best doctor recommendations there is. Unless a doctor strictly says, no, you should not play, he's going to play. But if I'm in LeBron's shoes, basketball is not the answer here.
I agree. That was scary. I don't know what happened there. I'd have to.
For
I
me to
believe
get-
it's the
for me
same
to-
kind of thing.
For
as-
me to get a call that one of my children went into cardiac arrest, man, like I mean, I would fall to my knees.
that'd be like it's like
100%.
the same thing. Obviously, I don't think he got hit. Correct? If I'm wrong.
No, it's the same
No,
like-
No,
it was a-
legit
It
cardiac
was a
arrest.
practice. I didn't even, or like a workout. I didn't even think it was like a practice.
It was. I mean, that's the same thing what happened with DeMar Hamlin.
Yeah, but he
No,
got hit.
yeah.
No, I know he got hit, but it's the same outcome is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like,
But it's just like, well, let's find the cause. If there is one, I haven't seen it or anything come
See, like,
out.
what's
But, like
his-
if the cause is something like, oh, he overworked. I mean, I know it's
And like
still-
DeMar Hamlin was more like a freak accident.
Yeah, so if it
oh
was
yeah, but I was
like
just
if there's
thinking,
underlying medical conditions, bro, that's out of the equation.
right.
But yeah, I was
Yeah,
wrong.
they could go back and find like a heart murmur or anything like that, man. I just
AD dropped 40 on Giannis the time before last, 40 and 10, 44 and 10. But the game that he last played, he still put 23 and 16 out there.
That actually brings me into my next question. Does
Should've-
Giannis have to leave the Milwaukee Bucks to win another ring? Does he pull the whole Dame and play there, until
They need help if not.
The problem is Milwaukee's not that attractive of a market.
Oh, I know.
And Drew Holiday isn't at his peak on defense no more. He still scores a little bit, but he's not there at his peak either. Chris
Middleton got his money and said, I don't really feel like
Chris Middleton is the best amusement coaster ever. His shit is up and down and up and down.
I mean, we've seen what they're gonna do. You've seen the kind of talent they bring in. You know what I'm saying? I don't think anything.
Oh, if they
changes in
don't
the near
get,
future.
if Giannis doesn't get hurt, the Heat, we don't even talk about the Heat this year because they lost the first round.
I mean, we won one game when he was playing.
If Giannis
we
was there
won
the whole
another
time,
one,
you guys
so-
would have lost. I don't care if you won 3 before they won 1.
Okay, but what if didn't happen? Anyways,
What?
do you think Giannis? Do you think he needs to leave to get a ring?
no, but I mean, they can bring in help to win another ring there, but they'd have to bring the help in.
Right. So you think the only way
Not
he
with
wins
this
a ring,
roster.
but being that they haven't brought in much great help, I should say. Obviously, we know it takes more than one superstar to win a ring in this league.
Nobody wants to live in Milwaukee.
You don't necessarily.
When they can
have to
live in LA or
Milwaukee.
I'm
Where
not
you gonna
saying it's like
live?
that bad, but yeah.
Out of town,
Out of state.
Airbnb.
Out of state.
Yeah, it's just like Indiana. Nobody wants to come to the
Do you
Pacers
think-
all the time.
hold on,
You
half-
generally live where you work.
Generally, but
Who hasn't?
if you got enough money, you don't have to live in the state you play in.
Oh, so you're just gonna go to team practice every week and fly your jet there?
But no, I'm saying your primary home does not have to be there. If you think everybody that plays for the certain team lives on where they play at, your
Bro, when you have
How do you
team
mind?
practice, let's
No,
say it's 3
but-
times a week.
but your
at the
primary
practice.
residency is not there.
Yeah, you're right. But you still have to live there the majority of the time. What are you gonna do? Catch a flight to practice 3 days a week?
If you got it like that.
You're
If
not
I'm
doing
picking,
that,
I'd
bro.
rather be in Miami, LA, anywhere in California. Same thing with Indiana, though. It's not just them.
All right, so you're saying on
The only
roster
place they have attractive
currently,
like that is like
no,
New
he
York.
doesn't win another ring.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't
Hey
think so.
Timmy,
What?
does Giannis?
I don't
win
think Giannis wins another ring unless he goes like something crazy, like if he goes to LA or if he goes-
Chapo?
I think it's, I mean, kind of a dumb question again. Like, it's kind of like the LeBron question. You can flip a roster upside down within 2 days.
But you would think they would have already done that by now.
Not really. Not
It's
technically.
hard.
I mean, Portland didn't do it.
That's Portland.
I mean, look at what the Clippers have won, and they're in Los Angeles. I mean,
The Clippers have flipped their roster upside down inside.
look at Miami. I mean, if you got to pick anywhere in the world to live for an NBA team, I mean, yeah, LA's cool, but I'm going to Miami.
That's what I'm
And
saying.
that's why
Look at-
Dame ain't
look at
going
the-
nowhere else.
Look at the All Stars they've had come there.
All right, so we'll flip the coin there for that. If Giannis leaves, where does Giannis go?
I would.
Where do you think the best chance for him to? Well, I'm not talking like the fucking Golden State. You know what I'm saying?
the
Obviously.
New York Knicks.
like-
Wherever Luca goes,
where he forms the big three
with Luca.
Luca,
Yeah, him and
Wherever
Luka
Luca
to the
goes.
Knicks.
Yep, anywhere. I don't care where.
Luca, him, and Kyrie.
Luca, him, and anybody. Luca, him, and me. Luca, him, and me win a ring.
That'd be nuts.
I don't know. I mean, it's kind of rough because Giannis don't seem like a guy in KD's shoes that goes back on his word how KD did, and Giannis came out and straight said like, I mean, he straight hated on the super team idea, and I think that
Yeah, but we're talking about ones here. Fuck needs. I want him to go with Luca. Him, like I said, him, Luca, and these two could go out there. We got Giannis taking care of
I'm getting
defense,
bored,
rebounds, anything else inside. Luca's taking care of the shooting, the dribble, any playmaking needs done. Me and Chapo are good for a couple hard fouls a game, and Big Timmy setting screens.
Oh, I'm flipping. I'm a sniper behind the arc. I'm definitely giving you 3 threes a game.
Screen and pop.
That's all Luca
Screen and
needs. I mean, he can't even get that on the
Oh,
Mavs
yeah.
some nights.
I'll give you 9 points a game.
Reggie Bullock goes 2 for 7 every once in a while.
He said,
I definitely
"That's the
expected more from him
game."
and Kyrie, but
I did too. I didn't even expect Kyrie to resign with
Me
the
either.
Mavericks.
I mean that tells you that. I mean, obviously the culture's good, man. But I mean, if I got to play for any owner in the league, it's definitely Mark Cuban.
Yeah, but on the other side of that, why does Mark Cuban not have more stars there? Think about it. Mark Cuban's a businessman. He's been on Shark Tank now for how many years? He makes billions of dollars. He owns so many businesses. And you're telling me is Texas not the place to go? You can't get people there.
I mean, I don't want to live in Texas.
Yeah, me either.
I
But he doesn't want to
personally
live there
don't-
because he's not a Cowboys fan.
I
But
mean, unless we're discussing strictly like taxes reasons.
yeah,
I don't want to go to Texas.
I just don't understand.
Texas is dirty, dry heat, and I'm cool.
Yeah. Well, heard that, guys. That wraps us up for about today. Dylan, we appreciate you being on here today. For those of you who don't know, make sure you buy a T-shirt. We got the Guys Huddle merch. We got a lot of
it's good merch, but not the right one.
breaking news. Dallas Cowboys are moving to the Big 12. Did you see that? That's what Daniel Lemon says. But yeah, like I said, if you don't have a T-shirt, make sure you message us. We can get a hold of us so we can get you a T-shirt. Also, if you're not following the page, make sure you follow the page. You're doing yourself a disservice. We're trying to make it out here. Like so, we got our first sponsor today. Shout out to all the people that made that happen. And
And your five buttons you press every day.
yeah, I try to get my 5 buttons in, man. If I don't get 7, they find me, guys. So I'm just here.
So you know I'm here. Yeah.
So we appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good one.